to Stitches and Sundries. I'm back from the dead, sort of. I have been away, I think I missed 2 episodes, so like 4 weeks, might be closer to 5, I can't remember, and I have done nothing in that time. I've stitched a lot, so I have lots to show, but I have been, I had surgery on my ankle, and I didn't realize that, I kind of expected, but I didn't realize the extent, that I would be in this massive cast and be, it was necessary for me to stay horizontal for 2 weeks. And that was miserable. So I just took the opportunity to completely shut down. I just basically turned off my phone. I disconnected from everything. Not that I was super connected before, but I was like, I'm not checking email. I'm not doing anything. If people need me, they can call me. But beyond that, I'm not doing anything. And it's been really nice. It's been really nice. Now I'm getting the really bad itch. Now that I now have, got the cast off, and I now have a big boot, like a big supportive boot thing, and I can walk and I can drive, and now that's it. I'm free. I'm done. I have to go see people. I have to go do things. I have to get out of the house. So that's been fun and interesting, excuse me. But that's only been like a week. So I'm doing really good. I'm recovering really well. Everything went like super smoothly. The doctor was fantastic. I was really scared. It was my first surgery with anesthesia. I was really scared. No effects, no adverse reactions, no nothing. So that was really nice. But because of that, I can't be in my normal basement hovel where I record. So you're getting me in the corner of my bedroom, where I just have like made my sister move some furniture. So that's why I have a tiny little chair and an empty corner. We're trying to get some stuff moved around in our house, which is also not helpful because I'm basically useless. So that's why I'm in a different location, and there's nothing pretty behind me. I need to get some pretty stuff. Let me think here. So that, like, as of life updates, really I don't have anything because I haven't been doing anything. It has been a really wonderful end of the year decompression time. Like, honest to God, I think every 3 years, no matter what you do, you should get 6 weeks off. You should just get, like, you could have just started that job, but it's your 3-year moment. Like, you get 6 weeks off. Because we get so burnt out. We get so stressed and tired and just, like, done with our jobs and with our lives and everything. We just need 6 weeks to, like, just center ourselves. So, it's also been a really great mental health break. So it's good stuff. But I've done a ton of stitching, not as much as I wanted, but I'll tell you why. But I'm also a person that's like, productivity is incredibly important to me. It's something I'm working on. It's a flaw I know about myself. So not as much as I personally would hold my standards to, but a lot comparatively. But also, compared to me, I know some of you that if you had just 6 weeks off with nothing else to do, would be completing like 15 full coverage pieces, dude, because you're all insane. I love you very much. And it takes all boats, right, in this hobby. So I have 3 finishes and 1 fully finished, and a bunch of updates and a couple new starts. I think I will have to check where I was as of the last recording to, like, so I'm just gonna show you stuff. A little bit of and then I have a little bit of acquisitions. A friend of mine, my awesome friend Devin, gave me some patterns for my birthday, so I'll show those off. And then next episode is going to be because I think it actually lands like Christmas weekend, like, is when I would record. So it's probably going to be my end of year look back and goals for 2023 video, and look at the goals I set for 2022. Did I achieve them? Blah, blah, blah. So that is the plan for next episode. So let us get into cross stitch. I have missed doing this so much. I've just like making a pile of like, oh, I can't wait to talk about this. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that. So I have missed you guys so much. So let's get into it. So let me reach. Everything's in weird piles, so I'm gonna be reaching all over. My tea is like way too far away. My awesome little mug, the thistle on it. I'm using like a windowsill. All right. So, first is a finish that I thought was fully finished and has now, oh my god, the cat hair, been truly, truly finished. This is the Cryptid Sow by the Witchy Stitcher. And it doesn't look much different, except there is a very narrow, almost box-like frame. This was a pain in the ass to do, but I am in love with the finished product. I feel like that tiny little frame is the perfect amount. And it is fully finished on the back now. So those fair people got in my head this year. So it is fully finished on the back. No one can say nothing. So this is completely done. I finished this. So I finished this on I believe it was a 16 by 20 canvas that I just bought at, I think, Michael's. Tacked it around the edge. Pulled it, centered it, tacked it, just like you would a painting. Loved that finished product, but I felt like the way the fabric was like bunching in the back and the like it just looked unfinished on the sides. And I was originally going to just paint them. And then I had the idea to just box it in a little bit like a shadow box, just very minimal framing. And this is basswood. So I just bought a couple sheets of basswood. I thought they were the perfect size that I could get the longest edge in one piece. Of course, with that little bit of fabric and the canvas was just over 20 inches. Just over 20 inches. Which was very annoying to me. But I cut them, painted them black, lacquered them. Sarah cut them, I painted them black, she lacquered them, and then she tacked them on. And I just colored my tacks black with a Sharpie, so they just blend right in. And it makes a great little thing. This had to be pieced, but you don't even notice that. It's very minimal, and I like it. I like the look of it. So that one is now complete, ready to go on the wall, in love with it. That is done. So that was a fun project I actually did that while I was in my cast. And while I was in my cast, I had to be horizontal. For every half hour up, I needed an hour down. Like that was like, and they were like, no negotiating on that. And I was like, one day I was like working on something and I was like, haha, like, yeah, my alarm went off. I need to go lay down, but I'm just going to get another, like this last little thing done. And I ended up being up for like an hour. Oh my gosh. My foot hurt so bad when I laid back down because no matter what you're doing, you're getting pressure in that leg. I was like, okay, well, I guess they were serious about that. That sucks. So that was fun. Another finish. I don't think, did I even have that started? I don't think I did. Okay, so that's a new start. So another finish that's actually a finish from something you've seen before. I finished up. This is Giant Silk Moth by Night Spirit Studios. And it is done. I ordered a frame for it. I didn't have a ton to give here, so I needed a frame that was a very specific size. I did this on 36 count fabric with all the called for threads. I love it on this blue. I think it's really pretty. I think the red really pops on it. And I am super excited to have that done. I know exactly, that's going downstairs. I have a wall that's got like some paintings of bugs and stuff like that. So it's gonna go there. I love that. So that was a fun one to work on, but again, when I was laid up and I could only work for so long sitting up, this was too frustrating. I couldn't work on it the whole time because it was such a small stitch. I couldn't like get comfortable to work on it. It was not a comfortable time. I don't recommend that. Take 6 weeks off, but don't need surgery during it. So, yeah. So, second fully finished object. And this, I'm a little disappointed I don't have it finished yet, but I am hoping to have it finished by the solstice. That does not give me a ton of time. There's the Yule teapot. All done. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Let me see if I can get it a little closer. I do think I used way too big a piece of fabric. I could have gotten so much more out of this fabric. That is my weakness. But look how beautiful. I'm trying to like see the camera at the same time. Look how beautiful that turned out. I'm just in love with these colors. I'm in love with even the back stitching, which was a little annoying because it had both 1 strand and 2 strand back stitching to make an amount of dimension. It just turned out so perfect. It's so beautiful. I love it. I can't wait to. I'm taking a break from a series after the flowers. After the Flowers of the Month series, but it makes me want to work on the next one immediately. So I'll just pick one I like. I don't have to do these in order. So beautiful, beautiful. I love it. My plan is to finish this on a, to have like a shelf with a board, and this is on the board. So kind of like one of those shelves with like the groove in it, like you'd put a book on. And then to have an attached jar that I can put in some of the things that are represented. So here I would put in spruce bits, holly, things like that. So I could have like the nature part be next to the teapot. So it would be like a single thing, and then I would change the teacup or the teapot out. I would change the cross stitch out and freshen up the jar every holiday. So I really like it. I love that. This whole set is beautiful. This is a gift from Ana Stitches Autumn, who I'll link below. She is much more amazing at everything than I am. So go join the, I guess it's going to be the 2023 Halloween Cross Stitch Challenge Facebook group, which she runs. Follow her on Instagram. She's literally the best person ever. And at the time I wanted to start them, of course, you couldn't find them on Etsy anymore. I had them favorited, they were gone. And so she went out and found them on some random Russian website. She was so wonderful. Now they're back. You can go get them normally. But she was so thoughtful and amazing. So thank you very much, Ana. So now that one is complete, I will be working on this and enjoying every step of it because they're beautiful pieces. All right. Last finish / new start. And this is one, we're continuing the theme of the flowers. So this is December. I started and finished it while, might have even done this while in the cast because it was so easy. Poinsettia, obviously. These are a series that's free on the artist website, Ellen Maurer-Stroh. I add the little title down there. And I absolutely love this. It's beautiful. This is Gentle Arts Apple Fritter, is what the December is stitched in. I think that looks lovely. So I only have 2 more of these left, and I'm wondering if I can get them done by the end of the year. We'll see. It's very possible that I can, in which case I would be so happy. I have really enjoyed these. They're lovely little finishes. I put them in my office. Like I have a little hanger thingy. There's my crappy back. And I just hang them up, and it's, for the month. And it's just a little, it's innocuous, but it's a little bit of cross stitch in my office. And most people kind of, when you walk in my office, they're on this little desk and it's like the first thing you see. And you have to like turn to see me in my office. So I get a lot of compliments on them. They're just nice little things. And they're a nice little project. I finish them up in now like 2 or 3 days, but 4 or 5 evenings when I was working. So they're just a nice light little finish. And I've enjoyed them. I'm going to be happy to get done with them, but I've enjoyed them. So that one's done. All right, so let me look here. Oh my goodness. What have I got? One. I think that's a new start. That's a new start with caveats. It's on the floor now. That's a new start. That's a new start. 4 new starts. And 3 updates. So let's do updates. Let's do updates. Those are on the floor now. Turn my way. All right. What's this one? Okay. So this one I've not worked a ton on. I think I've only put a couple days on it. Not even days, like afternoons. So here is one of the reasons I have not made as much progress as I wanted. For instance, I have not worked on my full coverage piece at all. And that is because if you have watched for a long time, I used to do a knitting and crochet like companion podcast with my friend Devin, and I did crochet and she did knitting, and I was working on a blanket. I've had this blanket untouched since February. It was a 2020 blanket. It was a 2020 temperature blanket. And it was massive. It was so big. And so I committed that with this downtime, I was finishing it. I was just going to work on it every single day. I was not going to let it, stop me. And I was going to get it done. And I did. It is done. I'm not going to show it. It's too big. It's in a bag. It's like ready to go on the bed. But it is done. And I worked every day. I did 4 rows, and those 4 rows took over 2 hours every single day. That is such a weight off my shoulders to have that bag empty, to have that project off my. I don't like whips, and I have abandoned whips in the past, but it is a rare thing. So I currently now only have 1 crochet whip out there. And I will finish it. I like the pattern. I'm going to finish it. But crochet really isn't my favorite hobby anymore. I can do it. I like it. I'm going to do another blanket as a present for my aunt next year. Like, I will enjoy crochet. But it is not when I think I want to sit down and relax and do my favorite hobby, it's cross stitch. So having that massive 2-year-long whip off the shelf, peace of mind, true peace of mind has happened. So that was taking chunks of time, energy, especially when I could only sit up for so much time. That is gone. So now I'm going to replace that time with my big full coverage piece. So I'm going to work on it a couple hours every day. That's my goal. I haven't been good about it yet, but I will be. So all these other projects, I feel like I've only worked a little bit on, but I mean, those are some finishes. I'm doing all right. We're all our own harshest critics, I think. I'm drinking Russian Caravan from the Baltimore Tea Company. It is one of my favorite teas ever. And someone else brought me some Russian Caravan tea recently, and it was really, really smoky. And this is not smoky, so I don't know why. I don't know which one is right and which one is wrong. So anyway, this is the CryptoNaturalist sampler by ScreamingHeartDesign. Put in what it's going to look like. And because it's been a little bit, and I probably need to remind myself, here's where it was last time. So I'm going to see if I can remember. Let's see if I can guess. I believe I have one row of text, and I got to the corner. I might have 2 rows of text. This is where I'm at now. So I do have 2 rows of text now, if I didn't before. And I have reached and finished the corner and started down the, I guess this is the left-hand side. No, right-hand side when I'm looking at it. I really enjoy this piece. It is lovely. These thick, chunky borders are both like, my God, are we out of border yet? But this whole thing is border. Like, border is what you're doing here. Border is what's making it. And it's a lot of black, so you just kind of go. You just kind of go, zoom along, and you feel like I stitched the other night, and I was like, man, I feel like I only did like, because it kept getting interrupted. I was like, man, I have not done anything. 500 stitches. That's not bad when you feel like you got nothing. So, yeah, this is coming along. I love it. This is definitely an office piece when I'm done. I really like the sentiment of the poem, and it's just lovely. Like, I think that it's one of the most unique samplers I've seen. I think it's a sampler. She calls it a sampler. I've seen in a really long time. Oh my gosh, I don't have it with me. So next time I have a little bit of haul because I got some fabric and I have a plan. So future Lauren, remember that you have plans and you have some fabric to show off. We'll see if that sticks. Future Lauren remembers nothing. So yeah, I'm making progress on that. All right, here's another one I made. A little bit of progress. Feels like I'm getting somewhere with this one. So this is Tea Time. It is a Riolis kit. And I really like it. It's just a cute little thing. I have the perfect frame for it and everything. And here's where I was the last time. And so here's where I'm at now. And I think this is actually pretty good progress this time. So I got a lot of this wall done up here. I got started on the honey pot and cookies down here. So this is all getting filled in because I realized I was slowly turning over here and I was like, wait, you've got a whole chunk not done. So I'm starting in this corner working on the cookies and the honey pot. And it's coming along. I was working one day and I was working up here and I made all this progress in this blue. And I was like just whipping through, like really making progress. And I was like, this is nice, easy stitching. And then I realized, don't waste all that nice, easy stitching when you get down in here and it's gross, like changing colors every 3 inches or every 3 stitches. Like, make sure you have some balance so you can kind of go back and forth between easy stitching and hard stitching. But so I stopped and started working down the cookies and the teapot and the honey pot. There's also a flower in a vase here. I think the flower is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, so I don't want to waste all my good popcorn stitching and then be like, oh, I want to break. One of the things about this that I've now gotten a lot better about is everything is so far away and I can't get up right now. I took my boot off when I sat down because it's uncomfortable. So I'd have to like put the whole boot on to run and get one thing. So I'm not doing that. Is all the, let me show you here. And I know I've talked about this. Come here. All the thread comes like this. Like bobbinated, basically, on a cardboard bobbin. And I hate bobbinated. I don't work well with bobbinated. So to like start a new color, I gotta take it off that. And it's always been a pain in the ass. But I recently bought a tool for winding skeins of yarn. And it's the perfect length to make a floss drop. of thread instead of a skein of yarn. It's the perfect length. So that has made that process so much easier. So I'm zooming through a lot more because I'm willing to get the colors out. Whereas before I was just like, well, we're never getting that yellow off, so we can't move on anymore. I'm just going to stop working on it. That's how my executive dysfunction, I guess. Isn't that what it's called? Where you're just like, an obstacle has happened. Well, no longer doing that. So yeah, I like working on this. It's really, how can I explain this? The thread is like a wool thread, and it lays very nicely. So it's like it's almost like ASMR, like just looking at all your very nice, neat threads that are all laying and being soft in the same way. It's like, yeah, it's just like it tickles your brain in a nice way. Sometimes my stitching is like that. Like I feel like the Yule teapot, ooh, just beautiful. Like all the threads just laid beautifully. And sometimes, and I'll talk about one of them, I'm just like, I hate everything about this. Like it doesn't look right to me. This always looks nice. It just feels good. Like I will definitely do another Riolis kit in the future. Like I've enjoyed the process of it. So, all right. Another update on a whip. Now this one I've made some progress on. This is, and I'll just hold this up. This is Schoolhouse Sampler by Stony Creek. It's from a magazine from 1992. And it's a cute little, this is my gift stitch. Been working on for most of the year, I want to say. When did I start this? That would be an interesting bit. Where the hell is it? Sorry, I'm looking. Apparently I don't know. I didn't start it this year, right? Or was it last year? Oh God, if it was that far away. Oh, there it is. April 18th. Started on my sister's birthday. That's fun. So April of 2022. So yeah, it's for most of the year. And this is where it was. I'll put that up while I was flicking through. And I made so much progress on this one. I don't know why. I was just in the mood to work on it. So there is where I am. Look at that. So good. So let me hold it weird and pull it up here. So all of the, stop. This I see why people use pieces of foam board. So all of the little kids and the hills and the tree, that is all done. All that grass is done. Been working on the apples and chalkboards. That center border is done. And I started on the books. So it has gone pretty quickly. It was just, I was just like zooming through. And then realized I was missing a couple colors and had to go get those. But yeah, I've made some pretty good progress. Once I get, I think I mentioned this, but once I get to a certain point, I'm going to go back in and do some back stitching so that I don't leave all the back stitching to the end. Yep. I'm just making progress. So I'll get the books and probably once I get the books done, because there is some text in here in backstitching, that'll just start me backstitching all of this side and everything. Get those kids to stand out a little better. So yeah, it's coming along. This is a gift for my cousin, and I already have my next gift stitch lined up, so I kind of want to get this done. Kind of want to get this one off my plate. It's also like Like, I love it. It's a fun little stitch. It's not my style. It's not something like, I'm like, ooh, I'm excited to stitch little tiny pilgrim children. But she will love it, I think. I hope. So, woo! Making progress on things is fun. Yeah, I don't know why. I was just in the mood to work on that one day. And like banged out all the hills. Like very quickly. Alrighty. So those are all my current whips. So, got some new starts. Oh, can you please go in here without being a pain in my butt? You can't see her, but there's a little, my bed is right on the other side of this camera. And there's a little white beast cat. Sarah's cat is sleeping on the bed, just watching me. Just being like, what's that crazy girl doing? All right, new starts. Let me get them off the floor. So, all right, I'll do this little one first because it's almost done. So this is, let's see here, do I have the, yeah, I'm gonna hold it back here. This is, I don't think there's a good picture of it either online. This is from the Mood by Innocent Bones subscription box. And this was November's box. And it is called Cabinet of Curiosities. I like this box. I'm probably gonna do one more and then maybe pause my subscription for a little bit. Just because it's one designer and I want to do other things and get other boxes. My sister has already leaked because she's not great at not leaking Christmas presents, and she had a question about something, so she had to kind of let it go. She's getting me a countdown box for Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it's a stitchy box, so that'll be fun. But this is, I also, I have had another one of these, so this is my second one. I finished it, and I gave it away, so I'm going to try and get it back before the next episode. So there's that is in there as well, in here as a finish as well. So this is Cabinet of Curiosities, and I changed the colors a little bit. So all of hers come with 16 count white Aida, and I have so much fabric, so much pretty fabric, especially little scrappy pieces like this perfect size, that I was like, let me see what I have in my stash. So I found this pretty fabric, and then I was not 100% happy with the colors. They just weren't my colors, so I changed them up a little bit, and I really like how they're looking now. So this bright teal is an ad from my stash. I think it goes really great with this kind of turquoisey blue. I'm trying to get I thought there was gonna be a lot of light in here today. There's not really. So, but I'm really liking it. I think it looks really nice. And I'm almost finished. I'm probably, I think I'm like 60 or 70% done. So all I gotta do is finish this side of this wing and the two little olive branches, and then it's done. I really like these. I think they're cute. It fits perfectly inside a 6-inch hoop. It's very lovely. I'm gonna put it with my other moth, and I'm just gonna be really happy with that. They're very cute. Her designs are very nice, and the kits are very nice. And oh crap, again, forgot all this stuff I got. It came with some very cool little extras, including a pin I'm going to turn into a needle minder. So I'll have that for next time. Yeah, very cute. Very nice little subscription boxes. They are, I think, like between $35 and $40, depending on the exchange rate of the euro. And they're just a nice little, you get a pattern, you get some little goodies. This one came with some bath salts. Just very nice little, it feels like you're getting something special. They're very nice little boxes. So if you're looking for a little box, that one's a fun one. So that was a new start. Let's do one of the obvious new starts. We're almost done. We're almost done. This is January from Maurer-Stroh. This is my second time doing this one. I originally started with January in December of 2021, hoping to have it done for January of 2022. And I screwed it all up and just didn't. I did it on the wrong size fabric. I thought I had plenty of 36 count fabric. Turns out I don't. So then I had to start February. It just got me completely off kilter at the beginning of the series. So I have January and March left. Because I got February done about mid-February and was like, or maybe even the end of February, and was like, okay, we're going to skip March and make sure we have time to do April. We're going to stay a month ahead. So I have everything except January and March done. So I think I can get it done by the end of the year. So here's my progress on January. And something about when I get close, it gets real yellow. But I am stitching this on 28 count antique blue Evenweave. And it's coming out really nice. I'm really liking the pink on the blue. It's going to look really nice. And this, I almost finishes up all my antique. I didn't have a lot of this. These were all scraps. I try to do everything on things that I had either like scraps of or enough to do maybe 2 things out of. I try to use up little pieces. So, yeah. So that is coming along. I am 50% done with this. I've got a little to do around the border. I've already got my color. I'm going to do a bubblegum January at the bottom. So yeah, this is going to be done. December is only going to go in my office. I go back to work December 26th. So right after the Christmas holiday. And so December's only going to be in my office for a couple days, but that's okay. It's there for next year. Okay. Let's do a fun new start. So I talked about this. I believe I even showed off the pattern, but this is Hellraiser by me and the Witchy Stitcher. So I created this pattern based on, I'll put it up to the other side, Witchy Stitcher's Candyman, which I finished. Loved the stitch, loved the colors. Candyman is one of my favorite classic slasher movies. Like, I love that. And a friend of mine said, you know, Hellraiser is like another one that's, I don't know why he linked them, and since he linked them, they were linked in my mind. I was like, Hellraiser is almost a sister piece to Candyman. They are not remotely related. But they did come out at the same kind of time. They had just a very interesting commentary, just stuff. And he was like, you need to do a Hellraiser piece. And so I reached out to Witchy Stitcher, said, I designed this piece. Would it be okay if I stitched it and shared it publicly? Like, if you're not okay with it, I'd be fine with it. She gave me her blessing. She's incredibly wonderful. And so I can design this piece to go right along with Candyman. So these two will be together on my wall. Got lots of little pieces coming off my fabric here for some reason. And so here is where I'm at. And I've made really good progress on this already. Trying to get some of the kinks out of the fabric. And it's black fabric, so it's covered in cat hair. I'm sorry. So there's where I'm at. So I've got the whole outline of the lament configuration done and all the little details. So I'm filling it in with gold. And I've started, I think I'm finished the inner border. So I'll start working on the outer border and the chains and the quote that goes around the edge. I really like working on this. It's a fun pattern. If anybody is interested or likes, you know, if that's a movie that you like and you like this pattern, just let me know. I'll give it to you. I don't care. I watched the new Hellraiser while I was laid up, and it's very good. Like, it is very good. So I'm hoping it is is a refresher for the franchise. It is creepy as hell. The new Pinhead, she's excellent. Um, ugh, great, great. Like it's fantastic. So that made me feel like I believe Witchy Stitcher made Candyman when Candyman was remade. So this and Hellraiser just being remade, it just all the happy things, all the happy meetups. So I'm hoping to have that done relatively quickly. It's a lot of fun to stitch on. But I am gonna try and get those. I'm gonna try and get those 2 flowers done for the end of the year. Because that would just be such an open up of my rotation. My rotation has been nothing while I just stitch whatever I feel like. Which I don't know about. I don't know if I like that. both I like it a lot, and I'm like, oh, I like my structure. I do like my structure. But I know, I'm a silly person. My brain is silliness. All right, so here is my last new start. And probably not an abandon. I'm not going to abandon a whip, but I'm probably going to restart it differently. So this is I Want to Believe by Allerton Embroidery. I was feeling the need for another spooky stitch after I got it's not really a spooky stitch, but a giant moth done. And I was like, okay, what have I got? And I saw this and I was like, oh, the colors are so pretty. They're not necessarily Halloweeny spookiness, but it's aliens. It looked great. I loved it. So I had gotten my cast off 2 days before, and I was determined to get this kitted up. And all my stuff is in this cabinet right near the chair I stitch in. I have this it was a dental cabinet. And so it's got all these little tiny apothecary drawers, and that's where I keep all my cross stitch stuff. But because I had just gotten my cast off, I couldn't really stand for more than 10 minutes at a time. So I would go over, look through stuff, grab what I could, go sit down. Go over, look through more stuff, grab what I could, go sit down. And I was getting so frustrated with that I wanted fabric. I wanted 14 count fabric would fit perfectly inside an 8-inch hoop. So I wanted 14 count fabric. Well, apparently I don't have a ton of that. I don't have big enough pieces of that. So I was getting frustrated. I was looking through my fabric stash, but then having to stop because my foot was hurting and being just so frustrated. So finally I just grabbed a piece that was big enough. And I grabbed 18 count white Aida. And I started on it, and this is where I'm at. So I started on the mountains there. This is where I'm at. That's looking pretty nice. But if you got close, I'm going to look kind of okay. But as I'm stitching, I am fighting to get the stitches to lay properly. I don't know why. I don't know what is different. I don't know why it is weird. I don't know if I should have done, I'm doing 2 strands on 18 count. Maybe I should have done 1. Maybe I should have done, I have no freaking clue. It's just fighting me. And because it's 18 count, it's not going to fit perfectly in a hoop. So I'd need to get maybe I think a 7-inch hoop. They didn't make a 7-inch hoop? Something. And it would cover a little bit of the edge. And that would be the only, and I'm frustrated and just annoyed. So I've stopped working on it because every time I pick it up, I'm bothered with it. And so I might restart it on better fabric now that I can actually sit down, look at what I've got, make a decision, and it'll look nice and feel right to me. So sometimes things just don't feel right, and this just doesn't feel right. I don't like it. So yeah, it's a good little start, but it's not so much that if I stop now, I won't be so invested that I'm annoyed, you know, like that I feel like I'm really losing something. So I'm gonna stop now while I'm in the, like, it just doesn't feel good moment. So that is gonna be restarted sometime. That is gonna be restarted. So yeah. So that is all my cross stitch updates. I feel like it was a lot. I was talking to my friends Ruth and Mary this weekend, and they were like, "Oh, you should save some of it and piece it out over multiple episodes." But I was like, I've been off. I feel like I should have something to show for that. So I feel really good about what I've achieved and what I've gotten done, and yeah. So I'm gonna get a bunch of this stuff. Hopefully, I can convince my sister to help me because I'm just slightly immobile. I'm just immobile enough to be annoyed all the time with not being able to get around the way I want to. I did go out and get my hair cut. All my hair is gone. I couldn't stand it anymore. So that was nice to get out of the house on my own now. But so I have to get my sister's help to get some pictures for Instagram and start getting those up. I need to reply to comments. There's been some wonderful comments, but I had all my notifications turned off. So when I turned them back on recently, I was like, oh, I got to do that. So hopefully before this goes out, I'll have replied to your comments. And yeah, I hope to, oh no, I got to show you. So my awesome friend Devin got me some lovely patterns for my birthday. And let me show you these beautiful things. So, all right, did this come with a freaking name? So this one is by Elizabeth Noonan, aka the Stitch Sprout. And let me see if I can make that big enough that it is visible. And this one is another one that is definitely going to go on my bugs and like wall. And it is so pretty. This is called Autumn Forest Mushroom. And it's so cute. Little snail. Little snail. I love snails. I love snails and turkeys. Those are my two like favorite animals. And I know that makes no sense, but who needs to make sense in this world? Let me see here. What else did she get me? I'm trying to look through. From who is the artist here? Una Buena Pieza. She got me Enchanted Forest, which is just these tiny little ghosts in it. Oh my gosh, and a little cloche. Oh my gosh. So cute. So cute, tiny little ghosts. So that's probably going to go somewhere over here. Honestly, fill in this wall a little bit. This is the lower part of a really beautiful wall hanging I got at the Hagerstown Fiber Festival this year. And over here, you cannot see any of the beautiful prints that I got for my birthday. But this whole wall is going to be filled with some of my witchy stitching. My witchier stitching. Sorry, I'm just going through all my things and being like, oh, my favorite animals are turkeys and snails. She got me this awesome mandala turkey from Awesome Pattern Studio. And he's so cute. I don't know why they call it mandala. I would call it quilted, like scrappy quilt turkey. He's so cute and pretty. So I'm gonna do him. Put it on my fall wall or just out and about because everybody should have turkeys out and about. another one she got me. I think she got me 4 total. So this is the last one. This one is by Meg City on Etsy. And it is The Moon. See if I can get that zoomed in. It's kind of like a tarot card, but kind of also doesn't necessarily need to be. And I love it. I just adore it. So those 4, they're definitely on my list. Everything's on my list. My list is a mile long. My list is 2 miles long. My list is longer than my ability can keep up with. So yeah, so an excellent blend of spooky and natural and all the fun stuff. She knows me very well. I think she also, she asked me for my wish list, so she knows me very, very well. Yeah, so I will be back in 2 weeks. I will have some stuff that I remembered, apparently, that I need to do during this podcast. I'll hopefully make myself some notes. I will respond to comments and be back and hopefully a little more alive. Maybe I won't be, and you know what, that's okay too. Next episode is going to be year-end review and goals and all that fun stuff for the end of the year, New Year's, blah blah blah. And thank you all for sticking with me, and you know, I know it's been a weird ride, so I really appreciate you all. Have a wonderful 2 weeks. Have a wonderful holiday season. Have a wonderful family time. Stay safe. Stay sane. Bye.